Make that unlucky number 10. Now 10 straight losses for the Chicago Bears after false starts, clock management issues, and 4th and 10 woes in the final drive of the game. We'll hear from interim head coach Thomas Brown after the game.
Which one are you referring to? On the last drive?
The last drive.
Yeah, I mean, just being able to have cleaner communication, get out in the huddle, snap the ball faster. So I didn't want to waste plays. You have a timeout from a delayed game standpoint. So that was the whole reason for burning the timeout.
So what was the confusion on the first time on the road of not knowing whether you were going to punt or go for it?
It wasn't confusing at all. I just changed my mind. I think being able to use Torrey as a weapon, and we still had, I think it was 2:16 on the clock, still had all 3 timeouts, plus a 2-minute warning. So the way our defense has been playing all day, possibly have a chance to go flip the field and force a 3 and out, get a shorter field, and have like a last in the game drive. So that was my thought process. And then over the course of that, changed my mind and said, let's go for it now. And so send the offense back on the grass.
What made you change your mind?
I just want to be more aggressive.
After Caleb hit his wrong, he was on the ground about a minute to go, and the clock came all the way down. What was the decision not to call a timeout there as opposed to?
Save before got to have a scenario. So that was the reason. Save it for later.
How was those final 2 throws? Obviously, they're bringing the house. But were there any other options kind of for Caleb on that situation, or try to get it into field goal range, or is it limited?
Well, they're playing zero coverage a little bit tighter. There's not many great options for the ball to be out. There's a couple of screens you can end up getting to, but they'll still be able to ride to the football a little bit quicker. So trying to just make sure we guaranteed into a true field goal opportunity that was like legitimate, that we felt good about. So that was the thought process behind it.
Coach, when you got made the OC, you guys had optimism and surge. Since then, you guys have failed to score 20 points. Is there a correlation there, or is it just a matter of not executing in the individual games?
Not executing.
What's your sense of why the offense struggled the way it did tonight outside of just your the combo you took just a minute ago?
Yeah, I wasn't good enough. So put it on me.
At the end, at the Seattle 40, you said the kick line was 34 to 37 at the longest. Is that right?
Somewhere in that range, yep.
And so what thought process was there as far as possibly running on 2nd and 3rd down to get into that range versus trying to go for the win?
Well, a couple of things felt good about the runs. Obviously, still wanted to go for the win, but as we talked about before, we had a ton of great options to run the football versus zero coverage. So felt better about throwing the football.
Coach, it seemed like there was a few times when Caleb held on to the ball quite a bit.
You know, it's not. It's just
on the other side of this. Here's head coach Mike Macdonald after the win.
Playing in an atmosphere like that, so our guys deserve a lot of credit for the poise. Stuck together throughout. You know, we faced some adversity throughout the game, and then our defense just deserves a lot of credit, man. They just they played really hard. Even when they made some unbelievable plays there in some critical moments, you got to give their quarterback a lot of credit. I mean, he made some phenomenal plays under duress. So we just kept fighting, and then you defend a blade of grass at the end of the day. So had an opportunity to win it at the end, and guys did a great job.
Mike, what was the look that made you go 9 on the line and send the blitz you did on the 4th down?
How do I answer it without kind of giving away like trade secrets? You know, I just think it's something that we've been practicing, and we haven't really called it in situations like that. We've had versions of like blitz that we've called, but not that particular version. So something that we've had that we've been preparing for, and our guys were excited about, getting to that particular call. And man, I mean, just you call something you haven't executed, and it's for basically the season's on the line, and just shows that like, hey, our guys can handle it, and they've earned that confidence to call those types of high leverage plays. So I know Spoon was asking for it, so when Spoon's excited about it, then we're excited about it.
You don't blitz Kobe a ton, but he had the pressure on that last throw, and same thing with the Jets game. Just what moments makes him a good fit there.
Yeah, I mean, again, even though when you are blitzing a bunch of guys, I mean, it is a team blitz mentality, so we got to align correctly. We got to set it up right. You have disguises that are paired with it. Guys have to take proper angles. To get this quarterback on the ground and make him go backwards is easier said than done. So you got to, there's some, technique to it as well. So just, again, in critical moments, I think that speaks a lot about the trust that we have in our guys that they can go get the job done.
When did you first install that? When was the first time you practiced?
A version of that's been around forever.
But with this team,
This particular version of it went in a couple weeks ago.
There's a little poetry in Reek Woolen getting the final interception after what happened last week.
I was hoping he went down after he caught it. Look, I mean, this is why we have the make it right system. It's you move on and go to the next play, and he's been doing that. So happy for Reek making that play. It was a great play.
You've mentioned a couple of times this year that Devin Witherspoon, maybe the stats haven't met up with the impact he's having on your defense, but like today, 3 tackles for a loss, gets his first sack.
Yeah.
What did you think of his performance, the way the rest of the defense fed off that today?
Yeah, I mean, this guy's a leader on our D. He's second year, but I mean, he's grown so much as a leader, and he's going to be someone we're going to depend on for a long time here, and we love him. And it's because of the energy and the competitiveness and the person and his love of the game and love for his teammates. And it's infectious. How can you not play 1,000% when 21's on the field doing the stuff that he does? So talk about force multipliers. He's a force multiplier. And I'm happy he got a sack. Wasn't pretty, but he got one. And, I'm really happy for him.
Did you think they might try a field goal there?
Well, this one was ugly. It was, low scoring. But speaking of that low scoring, it's the fewest points in a win in Seahawks history. Just 6 points. 2 field goals, several punts. But ultimately, it ends in a dub.